everybody, I am Jale from Bilkent University in the Department of Molecular Biology and Genetics. In this video, I will show you my experiment that I conducted for my Physics 101 course for the lab project. Firstly, in this experiment, I aimed to find the kinetic friction coefficient of an inclined plane by using Newton's second and third law of motion. For this experiment, what I need is first a balance to measure the object's weight that I'm going to use. And then I will be using a ruler, timer, and a scientific calculator to measure and calculate the different variables. And finally, I will be using an inclinometer to measure the slope of the incline. For the first part of my experiment, I measured the 6 objects that I'm going to use. After that, I adjust the angle on the incline and measure distance to release the object. And when they're moving downward, I measure the time with the timer.
Başta altına geçiyor sonra var mı var mı?
After I apply each step to all my objects, this is the data I obtain. After obtaining this data, I calculate the acceleration of each object by using the displacement formula. Then I can calculate the net force by using Newton's second law after obtaining the acceleration. And finally, I can calculate kinetic friction coefficient as I know all other information I need. And here's the data of my calculations for each object. To find the displacement, I use d is equal to 1 over 2 times a times t squared formula, and for the net force, I use F is equal to m times a. In the last part of my experiment, I drew 2 graphs, one of which demonstrating the angle and kinetic friction coefficient relationship, and other one demonstrating the relationship between acceleration and kinetic friction coefficient. By considering errors from these graphs, it is seen that the kinetic friction coefficient of the inclined plane I use in my experiment is approximately 0.3. And finally, in this experiment, the errors I've encountered may be due to measurements because of me or because of the equipment I've used to measure.